This is a Full Circle Podcast Show production.
Yo, 360 degrees of perfect steez. Roundtable podcast live with the 3Kings. We knocking your airways, make you listen every day. Hottest interviews and beats. Tune in, hear what
Take a seat at the round table right here with the 3Kings. All the entertainment, news, and knowledge that you need. Giving it to you real, cause that's the way that we breathe. Full circle, 360 degrees.
Roundtable podcast. Yo, Roundtable podcast. Roundtable podcast. Roundtable podcast. Yo, Roundtable podcast. Roundtable podcast.
Welcome everybody to the Roundtable Podcast, brought to you live by the 3Kings. Hey, we are back again for episode 2, and episode 2 we are here. And episode 2's title is Social Media Tricking. Social media tricking, huh?
That's a good time.
I think it's a great topic.
Social media tricking.
Yeah.
Y'all think that happens?
Woo. New age. New age.
I'm sure that it does happen.
New
So
age.
one thing that we're going to do, first things first, we're going to let y'all know once again that this is the Roundtable Podcast brought to you by 3Kings Clothing.
Table.
And we don't have a round table, so don't hit me on my social media talking about some round table. It doesn't
You know
matter.
what? Please hit me on my social medias. I'm going to tell you to fuck off.
There we go. We have, to my left, we have a guest with us. So
Hey,
go
we
ahead.
got a guest tonight.
Hey, go ahead and tell us who you are.
Sing something. Nigga, you a singer. Sing
You always
something.
gotta have a singer.
You a singer. Sing something.
Oh God, no, I'm joking. Yo, what's happening? I'm Eric Wilson, stepping in with the 3K. Y'all man,
Whole government, bro?
whole government,
Whole
whole government name.
Damn,
the
Chris,
pod-
you ain't got no crimes
on the
your back.
Roundtable Podcast. And to your left, we have...
I am the one and the only, just Joey.
The one,
Just
the only, just Joey. And to Joey's left, we have...
Mike P. That's it.
Back again.
You
for
know Mike P.
I felt like I was supposed to say part of my name now.
Right, that's what I said. You was on that bullshit, bro. But whatever.
Back
First
again.
pod-
You gotta go.
This your first podcast. This your first podcast. Tell the world.
It
Tell the world,
is
man.
all right. You know,
Felt
so
like it's flashlights out here.
Right. Scared to death.
how does it feel getting your cherry popped on camera?
Ooh. That sounded
Do you want me to be gentle?
I mean, if I
Oh, damn.
wow,
Or
Damn.
would you,
Hold on, pause.
or would you like it rough?
the way I feel,
Hold
the way I feel is, you know, if I could Kim K it, I could turn this into something big.
Hey, no.
I can Kim K it, I can turn this into something
Episode 2
big.
is lit.
Damn.
Chris Purdue in the building. I see
Chris P in the building. What's up, man? No, what's up, Chris P?
Our fam CP is
Hey,
out
Chris
there.
P, we got some of this,
Another king in the
I
building.
mean, you know you more than welcome, bro. You know how we do.
Keeps you from dehydrating.
You know how we do.
Listen, anybody do anything special the past week before? Since
I did.
last do
I
tell.
did. I happened to, I think it was last Sunday that I happened to watch an amazing coming out party for a young football team, man.
Is that a fact?
It was a fact,
Was it the Denver Broncos?
No, it was not.
Okay. Well,
it was the Jacksonville Jaguars that had a coming out party.
If it's not the Denver Broncos, you shouldn't be speaking on it.
No, I mean, I like sports, man, so I just happened to watch a coming out party, man.
we'll
I think I seen a changing of the guard.
We will get to the sports momentarily.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. You asked me if I did anything this week. I just did.
That's fine.
I did something.
That's fine.
I did something.
Jumping out the window already. With
No, I just did something, man. I seen a changing of the guard,
We've been
man.
here 98 seconds and you on that bullshit.
98 seconds? Damn, I'm mad I waited that fucking long.
All right. Mike P,
Well, go ahead, man.
anything that was on your agenda since the last podcast, episode 1?
Yeah, you know, I'm always going to be into some 3Kings stuff. We all are, and we making some definite moves. I can't wait to share that with y'all. That's for another episode though. But we got a lot of stuff coming up with the 3Kings. Go check us out, 3kingsclothings.com.
.com.
Check us out _3kings_clothing on Instagram. Also, what's your Twitter? 3Kings Clothing Twitter on Twitter.
On Twitter.
Hey,
And we
listen,
got the
too.
podcast,
We always
too.
forget
We got
this.
the podcast,
Listen,
too.
we always forget this, but check us out. Go subscribe to the YouTube. I know
Yes.
a lot of y'all watch the
Please do.
video, but
Please
subscribe
do.
though. Hit
Subscribe.
that
Please
subscribe
do.
button.
Please do.
Subscribe.
Hit that subscribe button.
Please do.
So yeah, that's what's up, man.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. See, very busy, always up to something. 3 Kings, the Kings in the building. The Belch is in the building
Belch
as
is
well.
in the building. The Belchers.
Hey, just a quick note. 26 years ago this week. Y'all know what happened besides y'all being up to all kinds of stuff in college? Anybody?
Nope.
1994.
All right. Yeah.
94?
The movie Juice. Came out.
Man, you sent me
movie
that shit, bro.
Juice.
You
Yeah.
sent me that
I
shit.
promise- I
Yes.
promise you,
26 years
I
ago.
watched
listen, man.
Juice just about every day for a little while when I was in college.
it
It
was
was
real.
hilarious. We watched CB4 every day, and we watched Juice, man.
Listen, man, I'm gonna tell y'all.
Not CB4.
Listen, man, I'm gonna tell
Straight out of
y'all.
low cash,
We had
baby.
okay, but we just had a VCR. You know what I mean? We had the
The
same
VCR.
Black.
All right. What we watched every day on our VCR was Minister Society
Minister
and Sanford and
Society.
Son.
No doubt.
Sanford and Son.
Listen, I'm
Every
gonna tell
day,
you, man.
All day.
I'm gonna tell you,
All
Tupac. Arguably, if don't nobody know this about me, Tupac is by far my favorite rapper of all time and ever. I named my child's middle name, my youngest child, his middle name is Bishop.
Check that out. Check that out.
From Juice. Like, that shit is lit.
it don't have nothing to do with
Hey,
the chessboard.
No, it has something to
here's
do
the
with the
question.
fact
Here's the question.
that my
I
child's
know
name
it's a
is
cult
Bishop.
classic. Is that movie classic? It's a classic movie.
Oh,
It
it's
might,
black
not,
classic.
it might not be that good of a movie, bro.
No, I'm asking.
No, that's what I'm saying.
classic.
It might not be.
But how many movies have you seen that are
listen,
classics
man, y'all
that ain't
gotta-
that good of a movie?
Y'all gotta understand.
I'm not putting Juice as a classic. I'm
Me
just asking.
neither.
No.
Bro, when we came up, it was one black movie a year.
Man, I don't know.
Juice
Boys
is-
in the Hood.
Juice is
I'm
okay.
Juice.
Yeah,
I don't know,
I'm
man.
putting it as a
It's
I don't know,
okay.
man.
It ain't no
Hey.
classic.
Okay,
I
how
don't know,
about
man.
this? How about
Look,
this?
I think this side
I
of
don't
the
know.
table is much smarter than that side of the table.
Damn.
Juice is a classic.
And that was rude
I just gotta
as
ask
shit.
you one question. If it's not a classic,
was rude as
if
shit.
it's not a
Pretty much,
classic,
pretty much,
if it's
pretty
not a
much.
classic,
Cut
have you
low on
had-
that one.
Have you had anybody watch it after the fact?
If my kids
Well, see,
watch
that's
Juice
what I'm about
right
to tell
now,
you. That's what I'm
they'll
about to
say
tell
that
you.
movie is bad.
No, this is what I'm telling you
They'll
right now.
say that movie's
Go
bad,
back
bro.
and watch Juice, bro. You gonna be
It's
like,
not
this
a
is
good
horrible.
movie. Now,
Hey,
granted,
go back and watch
there are
Minister
some hella
Society. It's one of the
quotables.
worst movies I've
There
ever
are
seen.
some hella
Okay,
quotables.
time out.
There are some hella quotables from Juice. Because that rant with Pac in the house is one of the best quotables of
Oh yeah,
any time.
no, don't get
feel
me
you.
wrong.
I feel
I
you.
don't.
I feel
Every
you on
movie
that.
that I
I'm
watch
listening.
don't have to be a classic. Juice is cool. It's watchable. I love it.
great movie.
It ain't no classic.
Not a classic.
Okay, answer me this though. Answer me this though.
Huh?
Is Cooley High a classic?
Yeah, Cooley High.
Is it a good movie?
When you go back and watch it, it's not that good.
It's an
I don't even
It's
think
not that good.
I don't
But
even
here's
think
Not a
thing.
good movie.
the song fuck
here's
around
the
and be
thing.
a classic,
Here's
bro.
the-
Like,
here's
I
the
don't
thing,
know
though.
if it's.
Here's the thing. You
I don't
make
know
a
if it's
good point. I'll give you that point, but
Above the rim.
now listen, I'm gonna tell you something I watch every year. Listen, at me on this if y'all want to. I'm gonna light y'all up. I watch this every year.
Christmas story.
No.
Okay.
The Easter movie with Charlton Heston with the worst acting ever.
Oh,
yo.
come on, dog.
I
I
watch
hey,
that shit, man.
Listen, but I don't watch it.
man.
But I don't watch. Listen, but I don't watch all of it. I just got to see a couple parts. I get my laugh on. I turn it. But every year, I watch it a little bit.
A little
of it.
bit.
See,
Okay.
Yeah, I watch a little
like
bit.
to me, my
But you gotta
guilty pleasure is
separate those
Christmas
out,
story.
though.
Every
It's
year,
the same thing.
rap gifts and watch
Check it
fucking
out.
Christmas
check it out.
story, bro.
We're gonna go ahead and
we gotta get
transition
on- we gotta get on
on
time.
these
We
movies
gotta get on time.
because we'll go ahead and argue
ain't-
about
yeah,
movies
we
all day.
all night, nigga.
We're
So
gonna
we
go ahead
gonna
and get into our pop culture, sports, and politics, our PSP segment. You know,
PSP.
there's all kinds of wonderful,
It seemed like you want-
all
you
kinds
want
of
this.
things that are going on now. This past week,
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, because I don't want it.
Yeah, this past week
don't
we
want
celebrated Martin Luther King Day.
Yes, sir.
And, you
No
know,
doubt.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Martin Luther the King.
Shout out to MLK the
and everything and
King.
stuff.
The King.
Shout out to
Yeah.
y'all fakers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
listen.
yeah.
Now here's what I want to bring up and bring to the table. I mean, what does Martin Luther King Day mean in this time and age right now? Because I'm going to tell you right now, what it means for me is I'm sick and tired of seeing these bullshit ass "I have a dream" recitals and all that nonsense, and bringing politicians and
Right.
and all the pastors out there and all
Yeah.
these doggone local yokels out
Let's
here
make it what
talking
we want
about
it to be.
kumbaya.
we want it
Got
to
the
be.
choir singing kumbaya. Let's all get
Yeah.
together and everything. Look, man, Dr. King was very much a radical man by the time that he was killed, that he was assassinated.
Stop saying
Yeah,
he died.
Assassinated.
No, we
he
know he
didn't just
died,
die.
but
He
he got
didn't just have
killed.
heart disease and die.
Assassinated.
No.
He didn't
No.
pass away.
No, he
There
didn't
was
pass
a-
away. Right.
There was
He
a
was
bullet,
murdered. He
There was
was
a
murdered.
bullet that went through him in Memphis,
He was
Tennessee.
murdered. in Memphis, Tennessee.
So don't
He died
don't
for
miss
our-
me with this.
murder.
I have a dream.
Murder, bro. He
stuff.
didn't die.
Look
He
up
got
some
murdered.
of his later
He got
speeches and
murdered.
read those,
He got
and
murdered.
then you can talk to me. But E, what's your thoughts on King Day?
I mean, real talk, King Day should be a special day, especially for African Americans all day long. However, our culture has kind of got lost in terms
got lost,
of
man.
being connected like that.
Well, I mean, he's been gone for 50 years.
50 years, bro.
So
That's why this
what
one's
you're
kinda
saying
different.
is
it's two generations of people that never
that
even
don't even
never
know.
even
all they know
No
is the I
idea.
have a dream speech. That's the reason they
But
get
that's-
passed over and over
It's
again.
not
that's
even
all
one of
they
the strongest
teach.
speeches.
That's
It's a
all
piece
they
of
teach,
knowledge.
right? That's all they
So that's
teach.
the point you make.
Well, go ahead, Black Power.
You make it so as the years go
was
by, it becomes more and more what they want it to be, and less of what it was.
What he was.
So that's kind of where it's getting washed. I mean, look, I'm all for we all need to do better and have some unity. But the whole point of the matter is he stood for some things. Y'all didn't like it, and
Right.
I'm gonna touch on this a little bit later and a little bit right now.
Right.
A lot of people are posting Martin Luther King Day, this man was great, but how many of those same people who were around were saying that while he was getting sprayed with water hoses and going to
Right.
jail?
Absolutely.
He was
Absolutely.
he was a
How
thug.
many of them
He was some of the
people put
same
some
things
books on
that
his
you
Some of the
commissary when he
same
was in that
things
jail
that
in
that
Birmingham.
people don't fuck with
Right.
now
Brother
because
King
of
couldn't even
because
get a
of the
bologna
idea.
sandwich in. Nobody put no money on his
Right.
books,
That's
man.
what I'm
You know what I'm
saying.
saying? He in
Because
that
of the
Birmingham
idea.
jail.
Right.
And
He was
once
in jail
again,
all over the South.
in his time, people didn't like what he was talking about. Let's not get it twisted. People didn't like what he was talking about
Well, and
because of the racist ass economy and the society we lived in.
And the thing about it that black people don't really want to talk about, there was
let's get on this.
there was not a majority, but there was a vocal minority contingent of people that was not down with
Absolutely.
Martin Luther
Let's
King
get on
Jr.
this.
and
Let's
his
get on
movement
this.
and the way he was going about it.
Absolutely.
So you can look that up too. I'm not gonna get on my soapbox.
no, I don't. But you can. But just to piece that in is if you have issues, or you think Martin Luther King is so great because he was a peaceful man and he was peaceful doing peaceful
Everybody's got their own,
protest and
yeah.
all of that. Just remember that while you're so outraged about players doing peaceful protests in the NFL.
Feel that.
Just remember that.
Feel that.
All right, now down at Florida State University, something that happens way too often, as far as I'm concerned. There was a hazing death at a fraternity house, the Pi Kappa Phi
black and
fraternity. We're gonna get to that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We're gonna get to that. But listen to it. Pi Kappa Phi.
So that's white, I think.
Wow.
I don't know.
Well, it's probably a fraternity that doesn't have many African Americans in it. But
Okay.
but anyway, they had this hazing death that went on down there, and here's the thing. Have y'all ever wanted to join a fraternity?
I thought about it.
Thought about it?
No doubt.
You care to mention which one?
Alpha Phi Alpha.
The first 1906.
No doubt.
Check it out. Now, what brought you to that particular fraternity over the others?
I mean, to be honest with you, what brought me to it was, one, it was the first. Two, I had a lot of friends that were a part of it.
Okay.
And the culture that they had going on when I was in school was legitimate.
What year was that? Just for
That was about 93, 94.
Just for all the listeners.
All right.
94.
All right.
Okay.
Joseph,
Never.
because
I don't. We could go on for so long about why I don't.
well, just the top reason.
I mean, granted, and I know that like a black fraternity, I understand the connections you make with this and that are good for your future and your life, but I just never felt like paying for my friends was a big thing to me.
All right. You
My
felt like
opinion.
you felt like
My opinion.
putting your money up and going through all the things that you go to become a part of the organization was not
worth
the cost benefit analysis
Exactly.
is something that you wasn't
Wasn't to me.
But,
Wasn't
Do
to me.
a lot for people
Wasn't to me.
who are involved in them.
No,
you
and
got
absolutely.
contacts for life.
You're right. And like I said, I don't think it's a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. It just wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me.
Mike P.
No, I don't join stuff, man. If anybody knows me, I mean, I'm just keeping it real, man. Like if anybody knows me, I hang around the people I hang around. That's it. I'm not gonna just start hanging around with you because you are in the,
because of
I
your
might
that,
not even
right.
like you. And you
Right,
know
that's what I'm
saying?
saying.
I'm not.
But we gotta be cool, though,
I mean,
because
no
we-
disrespect to
'cause
them.
we're brothers.
No disrespect.
Yeah, which usually comes with a bunch of disrespect.
A bunch
right
of
after.
disrespect. Because
But
it's
I'm not
the
even on
truth,
that.
though,
My
but-
cousins, they a lot of them, they're all Sigmas and stuff. I'm gonna say this. Shout out to all of them. I
Right.
just feel like I'm not gonna hang with all of y'all because I don't hang with that many people like that.
And
You know
to
what I mean?
me-
I like everybody,
me-
but we gotta be doing all this together.
To
Nah,
me,
I'm
to go
good.
through
I'm
it,
good.
like I give everybody credit as part of it because to go through that shit,
respect them, though.
you are something special. Because I tell you what,
Mm-hmm.
ain't nobody never paddling me on my bare naked ass for nothing, and I don't give a fuck who it is.
Oh, man.
My
Hey,
daddy,
look,
nobody, bro. Like that shit is not what the fuck I'm on, bro.
Hey, and
That's not what the fuck I'm on.
that gets to the whole do black fraternities haze differently than white fraternities? What's the from what
It's
you
all
see?
hazing, though.
Culture, though.
It's all
That's
hazing.
culture
It is culture,
situation,
for
though,
sure.
dog.
Because
sure.
you see stuff in movies that some of the stuff that go on, a lot of excess drinking or whatever, know, and some of it turns
And I like
physical.
that kind of stuff. like that's good.
Hey, listen,
So I
man.
could be the
Fraternities
drunk
are
up of-
Yeah,
listen.
but
Fraternities are great. I
No,
spend
I-
a lot of
I
time
respect
on
what they
Kentucky
do.
State's campus, all through high school and through college, or spending a lot of time on multiple college campuses. But so I respect them. It just ain't for me.
Multiple,
Yeah, man.
Multiple.
I just went to a lot of college
Right,
campuses.
a lot of-
I didn't attend all
right.
those schools. I'm just saying I
Yes.
went to a lot of
Yes.
college campuses.
Yes.
And I respect it. I respect what they do in the community.
Absolutely.
When the fraternity and sororities are doing the right things, they're all
No bad
they're,
words.
appla-
No bad
awesome.
words
I
for
applaud them.
fraternities or sororities.
But it just wasn't for me. So.
Wasn't
All
for
right,
me.
I can dig it. I can dig it. Now, hey,
I was already in one. I played ball in
well,
high
you know,
school and
that's-
college.
Man,
That's
fraternity,
my
bro.
right
You know what I'm saying? Fraternity, bro.
That was my
And
boy.
listen,
B2B basketball.
And listen, I ain't want to fuck with a lot of them motherfuckers either, but
nah.
shit, you ain't got no
Yeah.
choice. You see these
All
motherfuckers
right.
every fucking day of your life.
Yeah, Black Panther, February 16th.
We'll be
I'm
there
there.
immediately.
Most
We'll be there immediately.
most pre-sale tickets in Marvel
Right.
universe
Right.
history as far as
The reason
the
for that.
movies.
Reason for that.
Why do you think the reason is for that?
Talk. You ain't ready. I'm ready.
Go ahead, man. I'm gonna let you
Yeah,
take this
jump
one
on.
because I got
Yeah.
some silly shit to say, and I don't feel like I need to say that.
The
on
reason
internet.
is because you're seeing an African king
Yeah.
with a society together,
Yes,
Yeah,
strong,
strong.
Right.
handling their business,
Yes, sir.
absolutely.
independent
That's why it's so
Yes, sir.
positive. For real.
Of any and everybody
of
else.
any and
And
everybody
a fucking
else.
superhero.
Hey,
And
and,
a superhero.
and he's got
And a
more money
fucking
than Tony Stark.
He has
What?
more money
Hey,
than Tony.
what
fucking
African American
Stark.
wouldn't want to go see that?
He's got more
Like,
money than Iron Man.
What African American wouldn't want
coming out
to
as
be
a
that?
unit on
That's
that.
a lot of money. He got more money than
Right,
Iron
that's
Man.
a-
bro.
Iron Man, the funny thing is,
And Tony Stark,
coming out
the
to
Stark
see it,
Industries.
and who is it benefiting? Okay, let's
mean,
keep
you
going.
know,
Next
Yeah,
man.
well, see,
It's
you done went
a
different,
bunch
bro.
of Joey. I know you got something to say about this Black Panther, man.
Holla.
All I got to say is, man, I'm so happy that finally, after all the Marvel success, all the what's the other one, DC Comics success, all of that, I'm just so happy that they finally made. Well, I mean, not, but it's still
got
success,
success,
bro.
man.
It's
Ain't nothing
success.
wrong with DC, dog.
It's
I'm not
success.
saying
Ain't
I
nothing
love
wrong
DC.
with it.
I'm just saying
It's
stop
success.
putting out bogus movies though.
Right.
They be putting out some bogus movies.
They do,
don't
but
put
they
out
be
bogus
good
movies.
though,
They ain't
bro.
just giving you the
They just
popcorn
ain't all
and
the
You ever
fluff,
seen
right? The
Batman
fluff.
versus Superman?
Hey man, they just don't give you the.
They don't give you the
Okay,
fluff.
That's your
They
go-to.
don't give you the
They
fluff.
don't give you the fluff.
They don't
They
give you
need
the
to
fluff.
turn the lights on.
They don't give you the
But
fluff.
They don't give
But
you
I'm
the-
they
gonna
need to
say,
turn the lights on. in that
but
movie.
back to Black Panther, man. Like I said, I'm just so happy that they finally
like DC.
that they actually did a Black Panther movie because
Yeah.
I've been a comic book fan
Right.
for a long time, man.
Same
My
here.
stepfather
Right.
had comics.
Right.
I knew about a lot of that shit. Now, granted, I wasn't into it like that, but I knew a lot about it.
Right.
And I'm so happy that they did the Black Panther because really, I didn't think they would.
I feel you.
I didn't think they
I
would.
mean, it's big. It's big that they doing that
Yeah.
for some of the same reasons that you saying and the same reasons that Eric is saying. I'm just happy to see it, man. Just for those reasons as well. Plus, I'm a comic book fan.
Right.
You know,
No
and
doubt.
it looks great on screen. I mean, you know, they got that boy looking.
In the cop.
The costume looks dope. So I'm ready for it.
The
man.
villain looks
Right.
good.
I'm ready
Like
for it,
I
man.
like the villain in this and
Yeah,
everything,
man. I
man.
think we
Like,
all
I mean,
listen. I know you said the pre-sales was great, but let's all mob out
Let's
there
all go.
and make that the best Marvel
Let's all go.
movie ever.
Make it
man,
the
for real.
best seller
Support
ever.
it.
hey, but I'm gonna tell you this though, and this is some other shit, but I'm just gonna say this shit right now. Me and my dude went to go see the Den of Thieves today. It was a shady looking white dude in the hallway of the movie. And it wasn't no security in the movie at all. Because I was a little nervous. Can't carry my gun right now for whatever reasons. That's not important. Can't carry my gun right now, so I don't have my pistol.
We talking
And
real
dude
life.
looks silly. He had a trench coat on.
dog.
He looking at shit. He reading through his book, and I'm thinking it's a manifesto. I don't know if everybody know what that means, but
Look
I
it
felt
up.
like he was gonna do something silly in that movie. And I tell you what, there was not one Toledo police, one security guard in that movie theater.
Not a
I will
sheriff,
guarantee
not
you
one.
this.
Black
On
Panther?
February 16th, when Black Panther comes out, it will be all police officers in the movie theater.
That's legit.
Because
From the
it's
first
going
show
to be
to the
black
last.
people there, and they are scared to death because it's going to be
It's
nothing
not
but
gonna
black
be-
people.
It's gonna be a lot of everybody.
Yeah,
there,
it's-
though, 'cause
it's-
I mean, I get that
I mean, I
too,
feel
but,
it's gonna be
I'm
everybody.
saying
I
it's,
feel what
the
you're saying.
security
it's
is
a
gonna
black
be a lot
movie,
more,
and it's going to be
I
cops
feel what you're
there.
saying.
Yeah.
I feel what you're saying.
All right,
And
hey.
once again, I was scared of the Unabomber.
Yo,
Unabomber,
real, man.
Unabomber was
Scared,
scared.
That's real tangible threats, man.
Scared,
Got that
bro.
right.
Not some
Trench
never
coat.
mind.
White guy with a trench coat on
Hey,
scares me
It's okay.
more than a nigga with skinny jeans on.
The both of them are scary to me.
Scary to
Little
death.
bit.
Yeah,
Little
yeah.
bit.
All right,
Scary to death.
we gonna go from Black Panther, the super black hero, to the sex robot that's out here. All over my Twitter.
Ooh, sex bot.
Man, look
Yes,
here.
I didn't see
So
pictures of that.
I'm on my Twitter. I always wake up about 4:00 in the morning just because that's what I do.
You do that.
So
You do
so
that.
I'm going through, checking the social media sites
right.
and everything, going through and everything. So I'm
sexy,
going
though.
through, and all of a sudden.
Sex bot, sex
Come
bot.
across.
Hey, look, man, I see this joke.
bot sexy
I
though,
seen
bro.
her all bent over and everything.
Yeah,
I'm like,
she's
all right,
sexy, bro.
this is cool, See another one, doggone nice and posed up, titties looking all nice and everything. I'm like,
So let me ask you this, B.
I'm like, all right, she's slick, and then I'm saying, oh, it's a robot? What? You mean she don't be running her fucking mouth?
So let me
What?
ask you this, B.
I can put her up.
So let me
and
ask you
set her
this.
up and bring her back out. What?
So let me ask you
You can
this.
spend a
So let me
finite
ask you
amount to
this.
get her.
Yeah.
So let me ask you-
Finite. It's over with.
Finite.
I get my receipt, then it's over
And
with.
then shut it down.
No.
So let me ask you this.
What's
if
that?
you got a girl and you maybe have a sex bot, not saying you do, but just saying maybe, you got a girl and a sex bot. Is that cheating?
I'm gonna tell you something right now.
Is that cheating?
Them joints
It
cost
is, and I don't give a
$8,000.
damn if it is.
You can't
or
afford
not.
no girl and no
It's
She's
not
not a fucking woman, bro.
Have
She's
you-
a fucking
Hey,
bot,
time
my
out, time
nigga.
out,
She's
time
a
out.
bot, bro.
Hey, whatever.
If you got a girl,
if they say it's
You
cheating,
can't afford no
it's
sex bot. Them joints 8,000.
Well, no, listen, man. They gotta.
If your sex bot didn't look like that, it'd
No,
be okay.
listen,
But if
man.
your sex bot look
Listen,
like
man.
that,
Listen, man.
Hey,
They
for
got
real,
a
though.
thought bot. That's
Hey.
thought bot is like
joke was fun,
3,500.
son.
nice,
They got a
dog.
thought bot for
You
3,500.
can use PayPal.
Hey, you can use PayPal, bro. You
Hold
can
on,
pay
time
it out, bro.
Time out, though.
They got a thought bot.
On that
nigga.
subject, she got toys. What's the difference?
What? Why can't I get a toy then? Feel that.
Why can't I play with
Feel
toys?
that.
They've had.
Feel
We
that.
being childish to be childish.
They have had their
I'm gonna get a
tours.
whole childish bitch.
All right,
I'm gonna get a full childish bitch.
we're gonna go ahead and transition from the sex. We're gonna transfer from the sex
gotta
robot
settle down.
to
We might be able to go all day on that one.
Oh yeah, 'cause,
Right.
there's an article
I'll
on
buy one. PayPal. My nigga said PayPal. My nigga said PayPal.
A big ass
A big ass box. Like,
The
look,
segment bot sitting there.
you can't put that shit in my screen door. You gotta knock on the door like, hey man, I got this big ass package.
I know what you ordered, bro.
You can't stick that one inside the screen door. You can't stick that one
Which
inside
one
the
did
screen
you
door.
get, nigga? No, I got the
keep
thought
rolling,
bot.
B.
Nigga.
I got the thought bot 1,000.
We're gonna go from the sex robot to the
Yes, sir.
to the semen facial.
Whoa,
Oh,
shit, hold on.
let's not.
What?
I mean, it actually connects.
All
It
right.
does connect.
There's an article on
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
there's an article on Pulse NG that that's going around that
I'm listening.
that ladies are going getting semen facials for skin benefits.
Oh
Hey,
shit!
I am in
Listen, my
business.
bitches have the
Come holler at
best
me.
faces ever.
Nah.
My bitches all they skin clean as fuck.
What I'm saying is
all they skin clean as
okay.
fuck.
Clear.
Now here's the thing: is
No
this a
open pores.
Do y'all think that this is a beauty craze that's going to catch on, or is it just straight bullshit?
I hope
Well, I
so.
hope so. God damn it, I hope so.
Listen,
Because I'm going to open up a shop. It'll be a 3Kings facial fucking shop. If this what it take, if this what I gotta do for the business, bro. If this what I gotta do for the business,
It's
Hooking y'all
It's for the business.
sacrificing for our business, bro.
Making
For our
clear skin
business, bro.
everywhere.
Clear
Now-
skin.
Now, noted dermatologists have said that even though semen does have protein in it, you know, it does not go through the skin topically, so that there's little benefit for the woman
But
to
it's
go
like a
ahead
mask.
It's like a match. You gotta leave it on there for a while.
Rub it in.
I'm going by what the dermatologists are saying. The dermatologists are saying it's bullshit.
I don't even think they're really
But what we're
doctors, though.
saying is it's something that we ought to go ahead and
I think we should invest in. I feel like we should invest in it.
I think what we should do is have like a sample. Every one of us should get a sample to pool. We should get about 100 chicks.
Okay.
Check them out.
Okay.
Hit them
And
up with the facial.
And see if their skin look
And
better.
make sure, check and see, if their faces get better as a result of multiple facials.
And you know what's funny? I'm gonna give me
really on that?
I'm gonna give me a bumpy face bitch, and just see what it do. I'm just listen. Once a week, full protein mask. Once a week, full protein mask.
I mean, to be
and I'm
honest
gonna
with you,
see.
we should be able to expand into the young ladies that actually, work out a lot.
Listen,
protein
man.
in there.
Listen, man. I'm gonna say Proactive has a market, but I feel like we could have a market too.
There you go. There you
Like
go.
we could have a market
All
too.
Bring that
You are
3
listening.
Kings protein. 3 Kings protein.
Right now, you are listening to the
Protein
Round Table
3 Kings
Podcast,
protein.
brought to you by 3 Kings Clothing and the 3 Kings. This is the Round Table Podcast, brought to you by the 3 Kings. Now
Y'all boys
we're gonna
wild.
we're gonna get
Y'all
into the
boys is
sports.
wild.
Look
Look
here, hey, sports. We're into the sports right now.
Let's get into sports.
All right,
Come on,
look,
let's go to sports.
Check this out. The NBA is lit. Let me
lit.
tell you
No
what.
doubt.
It's
So
lit. It's
let
lit.
me tell y'all what.
I cannot wait for that.
Fisticuffs.
Man, look,
Oh, fisticuffs.
on Martin Luther King Day, it was 4 bucks.
They bugged.
Everybody was out here throwing hands
really-
on
They
Martin
going
Luther
in the
King
locker
Day.
rooms. They trying to see.
Listen,
Hey, your boy, Afalo really was trying to
it was
catch
all
the
of
body,
it.
though.
Let me tell. Okay, so
He got hemmed up
yeah,
after that.
all right. Hold on.
Talk to us, Pepper. Talk to us.
Go
ahead.
Let's break down the fights.
Let's break down.
All right. Ding, ding, ding,
One
ding,
for
ding.
one.
All right.
Ding, ding.
All right.
Fight one.
We got
I wanna
Aaron.
smoke
We got
cigarettes
Aaron
so
Aflalo
bad right now.
We got Aaron Aflalo. I don't even know what team he played for, but it was
Orlando.
Orlando. But it was some 7-foot
Orlando.
dude from someplace else.
Yes.
And Aaron
Foreign
Aflalo.
dude. Foreign dude.
No, it's German or something. I mean, he's from over there, the Eastern European
From
bloc.
over there.
Someplace else.
That
Someplace
way.
else.
He from that way.
European.
And he from that way, and Aaron Aflalo is from Compton. And we know how that went. Aaron Aflalo went
tried to
full
catch
dog.
the body.
He went full.
He swung on dude so hard, I was like,
he
man.
swung
that-
from Compton in Orlando.
Man.
Y'all better quit acting like that boy didn't have Aaron Afalo in the headlock in 4 points.
He did have
Yeah, he did.
Quick.
Dude,
That headlock.
and listen.
You gotta remember,
Listen.
them
Him
dudes
be
from someplace else. They don't want to go back to someplace
Hey,
else. They ain't
listen,
going
man.
Stop
back.
hitting me.
would've
Stop
went
hitting me,
back
dog.
to
The German
Stop
dude,
hitting me.
Bloody make baskets.
the German dude said, okay, let it go. Because he could have beat the holy shit out of a Aflalo in that headlock.
Well,
Look,
I
be
tell
glad
you
he
what.
didn't get caught with that punch, though.
I tell
No,
you,
he threw that
punch.
from
Was,
he
that punch
he
was
threw
real.
that.
He was trying to clean.
Hey,
it.
from
All right.
Compton to Orlando.
All right. Ding, 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 ding.
Next fight.
Kyle Lowry versus Ben Simmons in Philadelphia.
And Ben Simmons
Let's
said,
talk
You gotta have
about it.
respect for
Simmons
that.
said-
You gotta have respect for that.
Ben Simmons said,
that was-
Ben
that
Simmons
one was
said,
more
"Come
me
to the
than
back."
Aflalo.
And Lowry said, "I'm back there, pimping."
Look, he was ready. They was ready to get it.
no, they was ready
Yes.
to get it. And he said, meet me in the back room.
Hold on.
And that's some gangster shit.
Ben Simmons plays for Philadelphia.
Kyle Lowry,
Kyle Lowry
is Philadelphia.
is Philadelphia. He's
He
from
is
the town.
Philadelphia.
Let me
He's from
tell
the
you
town.
what.
The Philly balls is wild.
Kyle Lowry would beat the brakes off of Ben Simmons' awesome ass.
See, I'm gonna
He from Melbourne.
I'm gonna argue on the
He been over
side
here for a
of
minute though.
I'm gonna argue on the side of maybe not. I'm arguing on the side of maybe not.
You gotta be careful though, dog.
Listen though, y'all
don't do,
listen.
man.
Y'all can't forget that Ben Simmons was the one that said, "Meet me
In the back.
in the back."
did.
It wasn't Kyle Lowry said okay.
No,
Ben
Kyle
Simmons-
Lowry didn't say okay.
Nah,
he
got
ran
on,
back to the
he
locker
got on
room.
the step. He was.
Yeah,
He was.
did
He was
get
about
out
it.
there.
Ben
He was
Simmons
like,
was walking.
He
Kyle
said,
Lowry-
He
I'm
was
here,
all the way
dog.
about it.
Who's the Stay Ready All-Star in that one? Kyle Lowry.
Yeah,
All day
I'm
long.
going with Lowry.
Just
on
gonna
that.
Hey,
say,
ready.
man.
Hey,
Listen, man, I'm just gonna say. Ben Simmons said, "Meet me out back, bro."
I'm with him on
Fuck
that.
this bullshit.
by the
Meet
time
me
he-
out back,
and
bro.
by the
You-
time
You don't
he
say
said back,
you don't invite
Kyle
somebody
Lowry
to
was already back.
No, I get it.
You don't
I
invite
get
somebody
it.
to a fight unless you got some guts.
That's real.
Well, I mean,
That's
you know
true.
what? I want to know. Inquire me.
And you know what's funny is it never happens. So
I've
we have
never been
no
invited
idea.
to a fight.
Ding, 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 ding. And the main event, Rockets v. Clippers.
Rockets v. Clippers.
The whole
Locker
Rockets
room.
team going through a
Go
tunnel.
get him. To a
Dog,
tunnel.
tunnel and
Because
Go
guess
get him.
what? Chris Paul know how to get to that locker
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
Because Chris Paul played there.
He was a peacemaker.
Yeah,
Stop. He was,
whatever.
He was making peace.
How did that boy not get no game?
1, 2, 3, peace.
Trevor Ariza was going over
Saying.
there.
No,
to
Trevor
handle
Ariza
business.
the only nigga out there about to fight, bro.
Hey, he wanted to fight.
Ariza was
Trevor Ariza the only nigga about to fight,
Green
bro.
He wanted to fight anybody named Rivers in that doggone Clipper locker room.
Yeah.
Doc Rivers, Tanya Rivers, doggone 3 Rivers,
Hey,
doggone
you know what-
Old Man River.
Everybody.
If you
nigga.
live by a
Yeah,
river,
right,
I'm
yeah,
coming for
If
you.
you live by a river, I'm coming with that
Nigga,
word.
what's your area code, bro? It's about a river, nigga. I'm knocking you clean the fuck out, nigga. Right? Okay. I feel that,
Doubt,
though.
no doubt.
man. Yeah.
Now, how y'all feel about the no Clippers being?
No, it was
I mean, the Clippers.
No Clippers.
Well, they
got
was in their
suspended.
locker
They was in their
They
locker
was in
room,
their
bro.
locker
Clippers called
Listen,
LAPD.
let me ask you this, E. Let me ask you this, E.
called
If a
LAPD.
motherfucker come to your house, bro, to whoop you,
Clippers called
They
the
was in their
police.
locker
who
room.
fault is it?
Yours, because you just wrote your own death certificate.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. So,
yeah.
of course you don't get suspended.
But I still shoot people, and I still got to go
But
to
bro, what
trial
I'm
for
saying
the
is,
fact that I
it's
went-
dumb as shit. Don't never come to my house, bro.
feel you.
If you got a problem with me, catch me in the streets. Nigga, don't ever,
Right.
don't ever. You come by where I
It's a
live.
health risk act.
You come by
It's a
where I
health
live.
risk.
You come by where I live.
You come to my house, it's a problem. No doubt. No
There
doubt.
are risks involved
Snoop
with doing
Dogg,
that.
Snoop
No
Dogg
doubt.
wrote
No
a song
doubt
about it,
about
bro.
that.
Snoop Dogg wrote a song about it.
What was that song?
Come by my house, nigga. Murder was the case, bro.
That happens.
Don't come by here, nigga.
And
Never.
And in the NFL,
Murder
there
was
was
the case.
there was a murder that took place in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
There was one.
The Jacksonville Jaguars came,
There was one.
showed out at
Entire
Highfield,
Let me see what's
and,
next.
and they beat
What's
the
next,
Pittsburgh
Lou?
Steelers.
This is my
College
buttocks.
basketball.
Entire ass. Here,
College
do
basketball
y'all want to
is
see
next.
my ass? I'm gonna
This is it.
show it to you. Here you go.
Yeah, and,
Look at my ass.
So the Steelers are out.
But
the
up and
Jacksonville
coming
Jags.
though. Listen, can we just talk about a transcending of like football? Like
Damn.
Ben is close to being done. Like he
Uh-huh.
said, he's coming back next year. But Blake Bortles is terrible.
Man,
We
stop.
all know that. But
We're
their
not- I
defense
don't wanna
is
talk
very,
about
very
Blake
good.
Bortles.
Yeah.
Like, can we talk
Are
about
they that good? They
transcending
gave
in the
up
NBA?
42
this.
points.
Does it remind you of anybody?
We're
They
not
just gave
going.
up 42 points. I didn't see the game because I ain't watching that shit.
they gave
but
up-
they just gave up 42
they
points.
gave
And
up-
I saw some highlights, and it was like,
They gave up 42.
I understand they got a good defense.
But
is
they
what's
scored
been happening.
45.
That ain't their defense. Is it?
Yeah.
So Blake
that's
Bortles is the shit.
Hey,
Like,
we didn't
I
have
don't know,
enough.
Brady.
The question is
we didn't
that a
have enough
testament
Blake
to-
Bortles conversation on this
listen,
podcast.
listen, Blake
His
Bortles
name
don't
is
get
banned
no
from
run.
from
No.
this point
Hey,
on.
and
No, but hold on, Please.
No more Blake Bortles talk,
Please,
son.
for
No
what
more
I
Blake
just
Bortles talk.
said, it wasn't the defense that won. It wasn't the defense that won. Like, I wanted to say it was the defense that won. They had a fumble
Didn't they
recovery
give
for a
up 42?
touchdown. They gave up 42.
All right.
You have to understand, I didn't watch that.
But
Yeah.
they scored
All right,
45. They was up 21-0.
in the other
There was a raping going on.
In the other AFC game, the Patriots cruised on, so it'll be the Patriots against Jacksonville
Brady
coming up.
We gotta talk about
And
Tom
hold
Brady.
on.
Tom Brady hand hurt.
Now Philadelphia, they manned up and they snatched
Man,
the victory
fuck-
out
listen,
there.
hold on.
The Eagles are going to be playing the team that somehow God shined on this weekend.
Oh, my God.
This past weekend.
The
Minnesota
listen,
Vikings.
The most
I think
the
dude was
most
drunk out
miracle of any football ever.
He was drunk.
Hey,
The most miracle ever,
drunk.
dude. Like, that was never supposed to happen. That can't happen.
here's
in
the
football.
thing. The young man
Can't happen.
from New Orleans, Williams, who missed that tackle. He had
Sorry
a hell
for
of a
him.
game.
Sorry for him. No,
he
he's
had all
a great player.
he had all kinds of tackles. He had an interception in the game, and right at the
Hey,
end,
you know
he,
what? I'm
he
glad
tried to tackle.
this is over here, not overseas, where they be them soccer game matches, man.
It could be a
man,
murder.
it'd have
Man,
been a
remember they followed
problem.
my man back to the crib and killed him.
Yeah.
Right, they'd have did a
Man.
really
Yeah, it would have been all
seriously.
Oh,
it
you
would
messed
have been
up
all
for the
bad
team?
for him.
Man, don't come on.
And listen, I'm gonna tell you what though.
Big
And
up
I'm
to
gonna tell
living
you
over
this.
here.
And this is
They be
sad
killing
because
boys
the little dude that let that shit happen,
Williams, yeah,
he's he's a very great player.
Yeah,
But I remember back in the day, Denver safety let the same shit happen to them.
that's not good.
and he was never the same, bro. That's all I'm saying. Like, I hope
Nick
the
Anderson
best.
syndrome.
I hope the best for this kid because he's a very good football player.
Right.
Yeah,
But that
it's
kind
like-
of shit fucks with your psyche, bro.
Can mess
All
him
day
up.
long.
Yeah,
That
mess
kind
him
of
up.
shit
just
fucks
say
with your
this.
psyche,
Let
bro.
me say
He's like 22, 23 years old.
That-
You
Right.
don't want that to
So
affect him.
I'm hoping
Was
he's
it-
young
was
enough
it the
to
same
forget
thing?
dumb
about it.
enough
To
that it
forget
doesn't
about
even
it.
matter.
Absolutely.
But I'm gonna tell you
It
what,
wasn't nothing like
that
this.
shit hurts.
It wasn't quite the same
That
thing.
shit hurt.
You know what I'm saying?
You lost. You literally
Lost
lost
the
the game for your team. Most
By a mile.
most people cannot be argued as it was their fault.
Yeah, but it was his fault.
No, it was absolutely
Your fault.
his
He
fault.
tried to tackle a man with his eyes closed and whiffed.
And he was like 3 yards with him. The nigga was gone. The nigga was running down the field when you tried to do this shit.
Hold on.
It was
And
bad.
dude
And
was-
then he
It was bad.
tackled his
Time out,
boy.
time out, though,
He
Doc.
tackled his
Dude was in the
Bad,
air
bad,
when he
bad.
had
He
to tackle.
tackled his boy, bro. Like that shit stupid as
Okay,
fuck.
now who do we have? Patriots at home versus Jags.
I got-
What you
Jags.
got?
I
Jags.
got Jacksonville and Minnesota in the Super Bowl.
Jacksonville, Minnesota.
Jacksonville, Minnesota in the Super Bowl.
with that.
All right. That's what we're putting down right
Because
here.
I've seen great defenses beat the fuck out of Tom Brady.
You know who went to the Super Bowl?
It's happened.
You know who went to the
That's
Super
what
Bowl
he talking
before?
about.
I've seen great
What you
defenses.
say, Mike?
You know who went to the Super Bowl before?
Who did?
Who's not in the league anymore?
Who is that?
Colin Kaepernick.
Yes,
I'm
that
not
is true.
watching that shit.
There it is.
I'm
There
with
it
you
is.
on
There it
that.
is.
I feel you
I'm with you on that too.
I'm
Colin
not watching that
Kaepernick.
shit.
Colin
All right.
Kaepernick.
I'm not watching.
All right,
Went to the Super Bowl.
Didn't get picked up, huh?
We're gonna jump into this
That's
college
some bullshit.
basketball real fast.
Uh-oh.
The number one team in the nation is
Villanova.
Villanova, followed by
bogus.
Virginia.
You know what's funny? Last time we
Purdue.
had this talk,
They shouldn't be number one
Michigan
just because they
State
sound
was
like
number
vanilla.
one.
Yeah,
Y'all
'cause
was on the
and
Michigan
then it's
State
been
train.
listen. Ohio
been a revolving
State,
door.
Ohio State beat
And then
Michigan State.
Michigan.
Yeah,
And then
Purdue,
And then Michigan.
Purdue is number 3. Oklahoma's number 4, and
Indiana
Duke is
should be number
Duke
7.
is number 5. Now,
like that.
you know those are the teams, but this kid Trey Young out of Oklahoma that's down here doing,
he the truth.
doing the Steph Curry.
But he's
impression.
not the best player in America though.
Nah, he ain't.
The nigga that played for Duke.
Marvin Back.
Yes, is the best player in
Trey
America.
Young is legit though.
Trey Young is a
legit.
Let me
Trey
ask
Young
y'all
is a
this.
problem.
Let me ask y'all this.
That nigga's
in
the
the
best
way
nigga in
that the
America,
NBA,
NBA.
we're transcribing these guys to the NBA now.
The way the game
The
is
way
changed.
the
the game
game,
is changed. Yeah.
the way the game is played right now, I promise you, Trey Young is more valuable
Yeah.
than any other player that's going to enter
The way the game is
NBA
played right now,
next year.
the guard play is more valuable. But here's the thing about Bagley.
And not just the guard play, the way this guard plays.
Well, here's the thing about Bagley though. Bagley can
Bagley is
can
better.
get to the basket.
Bagley's
Yeah.
better.
He can shoot the jump
He's
shot.
6'11",
and he can get you
He's 6'11".
15 rebounds on accident.
He's 6'11".
So
Trey
you-
Young
you
just
don't
can't
pass
be
up on
6'11".
that. You don't.
Trey Young just can't be 6'11".
You just don't.
This dude is going to give you an NBA.
I mean, you
Quick
just
question.
don't pass up.
Yeah.
on
Is
that.
Steph
he's going
Curry
to give you
6'11"?
20 and
Steph
11.
Curry's not
Is
6'11".
Steph Curry 6'11"?
No, he's not.
Oh.
And he was a 2-time MVP.
Where'd Steph Curry
Two-time
get
MVP?
drafted? Because we're talking about
How
where
many
they're gonna
championships
Go,
did he win?
right? We're talking about where they're going to go in the draft, correct?
No, what I was talking about, I was just trying to
Oh, you're talking about
transcribe their
staying
game
power in the
and
NBA?
you know what the way the NBA is
Okay.
presently constituted.
So let me ask
Who
you
is going to
this.
be?
I mean, I think they
who's going to
both
be more
legit.
valuable
So let me
to
ask
a
you this.
team?
So let me ask you this. Did anybody feel like this panel only, this panel, not the
Not
rest of these
anybody else, yeah.
motherfuckers in America,
Yeah, us.
but this panel, did everybody feel like Steph Curry
Was going to be Steph Curry?
was going to be this Steph fucking
I
Curry?
thought he's going to be
No,
good, not this Steph
absolutely
Curry.
not.
And to
Thought he
say
was
that Trey
absolutely
Young is going to
not.
be Steph Curry is absolutely
I mean,
ridiculous.
So that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean,
So
I
once
feel-
you know what I'm
again,
saying? Like,
so
He
Well,
exceeded
so-
expectations.
Listen, he's
right
very
now,
good playing against college
this
players.
fucking Steph Curry
So was Steph
is
Curry, but-
amazing.
But
Yeah.
time out, dude.
It's amazing.
How many-
Nobody knew that shit.
Time
Nobody
out.
thought it. Nobody felt like it.
It don't
Hey,
Blow
always
me.
translate.
This nigga
This
went to
Trey-
Dayton, bro.
This Trey
this
Young
on?
Nigga went to
guy-
Dayton, bro.
Is this on?
This Trey
This
Young
nigga
guy,
went to Dayton,
man.
bro.
Is this
This
on?
nigga went to Dayton.
It is
All
on.
I'm gonna
You don't
say
have to
is-
yell at it,
Oh,
though.
he went
Damn,
to
nigga, you
Kwame Brown.
Kwame Brown.
Davidson. Steph.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dayton.
He was supposed to be something special, wasn't
I
he?
was
He
talking
was.
about our
Kwame Brown was supposed to be something special.
But
wasn't he?
I'm talking about
No,
our
don't
nigga.
ignore
I'm
me.
talking about our nigga.
Kwame Brown was supposed to be something
Yeah,
special,
yeah,
right?
right.
How
It's
tall is
hard,
Kwame
yeah.
Well,
Brown?
Michael Jordan drafted him, so we know he
Brown
wasn't going
is
to be nothing
6'11".
because Michael
He's
Jordan.
6'11", right?
Because
Kwame
Michael
Brown
Jordan
is
a
6'11" and was supposed to be something
Make
special.
sure and get that
And
in
what
there,
happened?
Eric.
Kwame
Michael
Brown
Jordan
Talk about
is
what
a
happened.
sucker.
Kwame
I
Brown-
said
Talk
it right
about
here.
what
Kwame
happened.
Brown was a center,
Here's
bro.
the difference, though. Kwame
In an
Brown,
old school center league.
Kwame Brown couldn't handle it.
In an
He
old
couldn't
school
shoot it.
center
Marvin Bagley can
He
handle
was
it and
not
shoot it.
one of these
All I'm
motherfuckers.
saying is,
To
size
be
don't mean
perfectly
everything.
honest, Kwame Brown only averaged like 12
Hey, listen,
points, 10 rebounds.
only a
Like,
short
I
nigga.
don't know
Only
about
a
Jordan.
short nigga would say. Only a short nigga would say.
Look.
Size isn't everything. That's what short niggas say.
saying-
That's what short niggas say.
Well, what I'm gonna
just
tell y'all
saying-
is this.
Yep.
Tell me.
What I'm gonna tell y'all is this. We're gonna find out who the player of the year is, and the draft coming
No.
up in the summer and everything.
The player
But
of the
I'm-
year is Trae
Right
Young.
now?
And, but and
Yeah,
I'm
he'll
Player of the year is Trae Young.
and I'm telling you,
He's
and
not the best
I'm
NBA
telling
player
you,
in the league.
I'm telling you, in this draft, when we have our own studio, when we're doing this thing from
Every day.
Aruba,
Yes,
dog,
sir.
on the,
Yes,
like
sir.
that,
On
you
the
know,
beach.
on the beach.
On the beach.
Trae Young is
On
going
the
to be
beach.
the best
On the
player out of
beaches.
this draft.
Yes.
Trae Young is going to be the best player out of this draft in the NBA.
I mean,
Oh.
I'm gonna say,
I don't believe
I'm
that,
say
Beans.
Bagley.
Bagley
but you
is
never
by
know.
far to
You
me.
never know. Trae Young is legit, man.
Yeah.
Bagley is Karl Anthony Towns. Bagley is Karl
Yeah,
Anthony
man.
Towns.
Yeah, man.
He can give it to
And
you.
you take Steph Curry over
everywhere
Karl
you
Anthony
want him.
Towns.
And so from
I'm
that
taking
draft,
Karl
Karl
Anthony
Anthony
Towns.
Towns
I mean,
was the
hey,
top
you know,
man.
I would take Karl
Karl Anthony
Anthony.
Towns averages 20 and fucking 10.
I mean, Steph Curry is
Name me
probably
somebody
one
that
of the
does
best
that.
players in the
Does
league,
Steph
but
Curry average 20
I'm
and
taking
10?
that guy
No, he
that
does.
can do everything.
Does he average 20 and 10?
Curry
Does not.
wasn't from that league.
Does
From
anybody
that
average?
draft, was he?
Listen, you
This-
name
this-
me a
this-
motherfucker in the
this-
league
this-
right now.
This guy's averaging
Average 20
20
and 10. Name me one.
I'm not into that right now.
Other than Karl
I'm not
Anthony
into that
Towns.
one right now.
Other than Karl
But I
Anthony
will
Towns.
come back to the stats.
LeBron.
There's not a bunch of guys that
Anthony
average 20 and
Davis,
10.
Boogie Cousins, both
Yeah,
of them.
yeah. It's guys that are doing it.
Boogie doesn't.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and
He
get.
averages
Anthony
close
Davis
to
does.
We're gonna jump off.
Losing squads.
We're gonna
I'm
jump
saying
off into this
there's
politics
only
real
a
fast.
All of them
20 and
losing
10
squads.
people in the league.
in
bro.
the politics.
There's only a couple 20 and 10 people
in the
league.
politics situation, we're
That's
gonna jump off
ridiculous in the
into.
NBA. And I don't give a fuck what your pick it was. I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, finish up.
I was arguing with Mike.
No, go right ahead.
No,
I mean,
I was
that's
actually-
that's per usual.
Right, go ahead.
Yeah, we can
Go ahead. I'm
we can
sorry.
do that anytime.
Right, that's what I said. We got time.
All right, 45 was you know, we don't do too much 45 talk because he does so much, but he calls some countries shithole countries or shithouse countries or whatever.
See, I don't even wanna talk about this, man. I don't even wanna talk
we're not going to talk about that. What I'm going to talk about is these shithole shithouse countries or whatever versus some places that I've been. I've been to West Virginia. Shithole. I've been to Alabama. Shithole. I've been to Mississippi. Shithole. I've been 15 miles outside of my residence in Ohio. Shithole.
I'm about to say, I've been to Michigan.
Michigan
It's
is a full
shithole.
shithole.
It's
The
a
whole
shithole.
fucking state.
It's
Anyway.
a shithole.
I'm
Like,
not saying
starting in
any
Ann Arbor.
place is a shithole. But
No, I'm saying-
But I did live in Flint. I'm not saying no place is a shithole. So I'm not saying that.
all I'm saying
No, don't
is,
say
though,
that.
Oh, I ain't saying that. I love living in Flint.
like
It was
we
great.
can't just. And you know what?
was
I had fun
18.
when you was.
Oh,
in
yeah, we
Flint.
used to have a
I had
ball.
fun. I'm saying now when you was in Flint,
I love
I had man, great time in
Yeah,
Flint.
yeah. Here's
Great
the
time in
thing.
Flint.
Here's-
But Flint literally was a shithole,
Well,
bro. Flint was literally. a
Here's
shithole,
here's the quick thing about those shithole countries, and we're gonna transition into something else.
Yeah, let's get it.
Is for us to even be able to do this podcast right now, we need those rare earth minerals that are found in those shithole countries. You wouldn't have a cell phone to watch us on the Instagram or the
Facts.
Facebook
Not
Live
at all.
right now.
Facts.
For the rare earth minerals that are in
Facts.
these devices to even
Facts.
do this. So
Facts.
to alienate those countries with those minerals, with
But
those
he's an
resources,
idiot, bro. Though, but he's an
well,
idiot, bro.
he's more than an
Because
idiot.
he's a
but-
fucking
along
idiot,
the lines
bro.
of what you're saying is there's
an
a lot
idiot,
of
bro.
talent. There's a lot of
just an
special
idiot?
things that came from some of the places that you
he's
mentioned. as
literally-
shithholes.
Yeah,
So
I'm
those
talking-
places
yeah,
you may
bro.
say
and,
they
and,
are.
and, and, not,
very
and, not,
special
and not
places.
just
So
and not just the
So a
resources.
racist
I feel you.
idiot.
I'm talking
He's a
about
racist idiot?
the human capital
Gotta
as
whip
well.
him, bro. Just
You know,
say it, bro. Like, man,
Look,
we
I
on.
got some
We on
lifelong
time,
friends that
bro.
I met
So
in
he's
Flint.
so he's a racist idiot.
It's like-
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but my dude just said, don't just call him an idiot. Call him a racist idiot.
Oh, there's all kinds of adjectives that you can add to idiot.
No,
All
45.
type of-
all
We
types.
talking about 45.
I mean, let's just be honest.
45. He's a racist idiot.
If your country is thriving, are you coming to America?
I like the movie.
Just answer my question.
I like the movie.
If your country is thriving, are you coming to America?
Hey. Like Norway, for instance. They have universal health care.
Are you coming to America?
They have like a 35-hour work week.
Are you coming to
35
America?
hour. Mike,
They have
do you see-
universal
Mike, do you see a
child
bunch of
care.
Canadians
Mike,
Are you
saying,
coming
Mike,
to
when was the
America?
last time you worked 35 hours in a week?
They have a
Mike?
healthcare system that
Tell me
don't
the-
pay for anything,
tell me the
and
truth.
they have a longer life expectancy.
Well, I'm
It's not
saying,
even possible.
35
Are you
hours.
coming to
35 hours in a
America?
day, and it's
Are you
impossible.
right? That's
And
what
I've
I'm
done it
saying.
more
There's
than
no reason why you should work that much, but 35 hours in a week?
I'm
Like,
just
I would
saying.
love
I feel what
that.
you're saying, Edo. I
Hey,
feel you.
I'm just
I
saying.
feel you.
It ain't people that got better opportunity coming to America.
Coming to America.
All right, now we're gonna get into we have a new mayor here in the city that we live in, Toledo, Ohio. Wade Kasikevich. You know, he's been in office for 2 weeks
Fuck
now,
that.
and he has made a
Toaster
pledge.
is in the building.
He has
Fuck
made a
that.
pledge to ride the Iron Horse, the Tartar bus to work at least once a week. Now here.
I'm sorry, dog. Go ahead.
Now here's my deal with that.
Yeah, I got a problem with that, too.
What I want to
I got
find
a problem
out
with that,
is
too.
what was the on time percentage for the mayor's route all last year, and what is the on time percentage of that route right now? Because I promise you right now, the Iron Horse was never on time on that route before, and I bet you it's doggone early. On time, it's probably basically a big old limo. It's
Probably
him,
come to
his
his
chief of
house.
staff, his
It's
security.
gonna pick him up and drop him off.
At his house.
It's
not
the
the
biggest.
same.
It's the biggest limo,
Right.
and he's only paying $1.
But you know what's funny though?
To get to work on it.
Listen, I'm gonna get on my soapbox
One time a
real
week.
quick. I'm gonna get on my soapbox real quick, and I'm
Go
gonna
right
get the
ahead.
fuck off of it. Y'all should have voted for the same black woman that had been doing the same thing for the whole time she was there.
Yep.
And if y'all
I mean,
didn't,
I did vote for her.
and
I did too.
Yeah.
and you know what? I feel like everybody in
We
here
are politics us and
I feel
supporters
like
right
everybody
here,
here
and we
did.
don't make
All
no
day
bones
long.
about it.
But listen,
my lawyer.
if y'all didn't vote for her, then accept what the fuck
It's gonna happen.
y'all
The question is,
got.
But let's see
No,
what
why
old Wade
didn't
Cook
y'all
did.
vote?
Yeah, we gonna. He's been in office 2
didn't?
weeks.
Yeah, let me see what's up with
He signed a chief of staff, a black lady out of Dayton that ran their board of community relations.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be up there on the 22nd floor trying to manage things. Now she's from Dayton. She doesn't know anybody, so she doesn't have any natural political allies or enemies. So she's coming in with a clean slate. So hopefully some of the enemies that Wade K has made through his 25-year political career, that she can be able to massage some of those things, and maybe some things will be continued.
she been
Some
her
of the things that
She been her
Mayor
brother's,
Hudson,
yeah.
Mayor Hicks Hudson was
She been her brother's,
doing.
yeah.
so you're saying she got to
will be.
avoid the enemies that the current mayor currently has.
Well, what I'm saying is maybe she can go ahead and turn some of those enemies into allies, or at least not enemies. You know, give this lady an
Hopefully.
opportunity to go ahead and get her work in. And
You gotta give her a chance.
And the sister came up here, and she rocking a mean Caesar. So all my barbers out there, what I need y'all to do is go ahead and holler at her down there. So you might have
I got one in my pocket.
you might have have a new client. Right now, what we are going to get into is the shirt of the week.
Shirt of the week. Yeah,
Mike
we gotta
P,
do that.
go ahead and jump off into the shirt of the week and let them know what it is. And right now, this podcast is the Roundtable Podcast, brought to you
Is
by 3 Kings
the
Clothing
Roundtable.
and the 3 Kings.
Hey, so
And the
I
Three
got
Kings.
so I got a sponsor for the shirt of the week this week.
Sponsorship.
For
Sponsorship.
real?
Oh,
3 Kings Clothing.
Live
That's what we
hand clap for
doing.
the
That's what we
sponsorship.
doing. Oh, my bad.
3 Kings
That's what
Clothing
we doing?
is sponsoring the
clap.
shirt of the week.
Slow clap.
We sponsor our own
Yeah,
stuff.
Right.
no, but check this
All
out
right.
though. The shirt of the week is our Colin Kaepernick shirt. What we do
Mr.
with the shirt of
Kaepernick.
the week is we try to explain the root process of how we came up with this shirt. And I think it's a good time to talk about it because we just touched on it before, talking about Martin Luther King and some of the things, and I'm in no way comparing Colin Kaepernick to Martin Luther King. By the way, I gotta, we got some variants in the little
You coming out your clothes over
come on,
this one.
clothes.
Yeah, you've been working out trying to go ahead and let it be known, too.
Yeah, I've been
See
doing that too. But seriously,
Pythons around.
doing some of the design stuff with the company, I really wanted to show where we stood on the things that Colin Kaepernick was trying to bring to light: police brutality, social issues, and just trying to get those
real,
out
bro.
and be heard about it.
real, bro.
And I feel like it was really, really important for what he's done. I applaud the brother. He said he was going to donate $1 million. He has. He's brought a lot of people on board right now. He's doing his last
homeless
10
soup for interviews, all that shit, man.
and people are on board with that. So we wanted to stay on the pulse of what was going on because that's what we do. And we flipped the Time magazine cover. I think it's a dope shirt. So that's kind of the origin of that.
Mike, people, tell them where they can go ahead and purchase that shirt.
You can purchase the shirt at 3kingsclothings.com. You can also purchase it right through Facebook or right through Instagram. Check us out on any of those sites, those social sites. We have a lot of different things, themes with our shirts. So, and this is just one, and I thought this was important because we have a lot of people that oppose what Colin Kaepernick was doing, but those same people celebrate other peaceful means of protest. I recall having a conversation with my mom about my grandmother and some other things, and just talking about sit-ins and those other things, and those other peaceful protests. And I just kind of wonder who was opposed to those things back then, and maybe that's why that they're opposed to these things now. You won't get them to say that they were opposed to those things because it sounds bad. Now that we have accepted that was wrong, but somebody was doing that wrong, and I think this is the same thing. Along those same lines, people taking it the wrong way, saying he's going against the military when that has absolutely nothing to do with it.
He absolutely said he was not going.
So let's just bring light on those issues, police brutality. Let's try to make that get better. There's other things, economical issues that he's trying to bring to light, and he's doing a good job. So.
Absolutely.
That's what
Absolutely.
Colin Kaepernick.
The Colin Kaepernick shirt is 3 Kings Clothing's shirt of the week right
Good
here
stuff,
on the
bro.
Roundtable Podcast.
Good stuff, bro.
Right here. 3
Good
Kings
stuff, bro.
Clothing. The
Good
3
stuff,
Kings
bro.
are in the building.
My bad,
We
wrong,
got,
bro.
we got Eric Wilson in here with us
What's
and
happening,
everything. Now let's go ahead and get into this juicy topic, the topic du jour.
What's the Dan though?
Hey,
Like, we can't miss
we're
this.
No.
We can't miss. We
ain't
can't
there yet.
never miss the Dan.
We ain't there
It's
yet.
not,
We
it's
gonna
not
get
time for the
there.
Dan.
I'm about to say, we can't miss the Dan,
It's
bro.
not time for the
We gonna get
Dan.
there.
It's
We
not
can't
time for
miss
the
the
Dan.
Dan, bro.
I got this right here. Social media tricking. All right.
Oh.
Whoring without screwing. Okay, out here, the social media, the Instagram. You can stroll through your Instagram and see all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And what's going on from our perspective is there's a whole lot of whoring going on, but there's no sex to it. I mean, is it done to increase followers? I mean, sponsorship to the money. You out here trying to be popular. Do you just like looking at your image and seeing that you got 800 people or 8,000 people liking it or whatever? Let's talk about it. What's going on these social media sites? Specifically Instagram.
I mean, I see
My
where y'all coming. I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a minute because I know which angle y'all coming from.
No, I'm not.
I'm gonna speak on behalf of them. Like, there's a lot of money out here.
Right.
A lot of these people are monetizing themselves being scantily clad or whatever it might be.
Scantily clad.
I like that word.
I love it,
Maybe
bro.
Zero might not like that word.
I love it, bro.
I love it, bro. So I'm saying the opposite end of it. Basically, they working. Like, so a lot of people.
They working,
A
bro.
lot of people
That's
go
their
to
job.
strip clubs or whatever. No, hold on. Let me finish.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. Get it all the way out there.
So they're they may be on Instagram, posing, doing whatever, and I respect it. It's all good with me because you're doing whatever you got to do to
Get where you want to be.
yeah, and it's not even in those terms. I mean, a lot of these girls. I mean, not a lot. Some of these girls are very good business minds because they've parlayed these things into a lot of other things.
Right.
So I respect that. And if you really look at the ones that are getting it, most of those girls are not just necessarily in bikinis. If you look at some of them that they got 1 million, 2,
They
3,
in
4,
workout clothes,
Right.
huh?
they might be in workout clothes, but a lot of them might just be doing fashion shoots, fashion shots. I'm
clothes?
seeing them. I'm seeing them.
Tight clothes that are being
It is
sponsored.
what it
speak.
is. It's
Can
the
I speak?
sponsor,
Can I speak?
and I respect that hustle. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I speak?
Go
Can
ahead.
I speak?
go ahead.
Speak, motherfucker.
Watch it because we work with some of these people.
We do work with some of these
saying?
people. And I'm trying to be politically unfucking correct.
Actually, do say what you want. Say
No,
what you want, but just,
absolutely.
talk truth.
Nigga, I'm never gonna not
Yeah, we
say
got
the
to.
truth,
That's what
bro.
we're doing on the podcast.
But what I'm saying is, so the shit with Instagram to me is, if you show your titties and your ass, you're gonna get followers. So you're gonna be an influencer. You're going to be where motherfuckers will give you something to do what you want to do and to make people fuck with you.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Right.
So.
And that's a good thing now.
It's still tricking.
It's a good thing now.
Is it still tricking? That's the question. The
always-
big question is that.
It's always,
Am I lying?
it's
No, that's
al-
that's
it's
what he's
always-
asking.
The absolute big question
Yeah, that's what
is,
he's
are
asking
you
you.
still tricking?
I mean, I
It's
gave my point. I
always
feel like
tricking.
they just working. You know,
It's always tricking.
But who's
Granted,
the trick? Who's the trick? Is the woman the trick or the follower the
The
trick?
followers are
the
the
follower
trick.
is the
Followers
trick.
is the trick.
But that if the followers are the
followers
trick,
is
what does
tricking.
that make the
It
person
makes
that's
them,
putting
it
it
makes
out
them the
there?
pimp.
Makes them the hoe?
Pimping ain't dead.
No,
It just moved to the
pimp,
web, baby.
The pimp would be the advertisement companies.
I don't like these words.
Pimp C,
I'm
baby.
sorry.
You know I
I'm
love
just
Pimp
saying.
C.
I'm just
Everybody
saying.
that know me know I
I'm
love
just
Pimp C.
saying. Okay, what's
Shout out
a
to
better
Pimp C.
way of saying it? Okay, a better way of
just
saying
messing
it
with you.
is
Say what you
the
gotta say.
person that financially benefits without actually doing anything in terms of the work.
The sex work. The sex
The
work.
actual sex work is the person that is the person that's getting all the followers.
Right.
The actual person that's the pimp would be all these advertising companies that are.
that are putting the clothes
Contributing.
on.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, baby, you still a hoe. Let's be honest.
So answer me this. So answer me this.
I did say that hard, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Yes,
I
you
did.
answer me
I'm
this.
sorry. At the end of the day, baby, you are still a sex worker.
So answer me this.
You're just not having
It's
sex.
just not having
So answer
sex.
me this, bro.
Or,
Answer
or
me
you
this.
might be having sex.
So answer me this. Has
Or
shit
you might be.
But
Has shit ever really
the pimp ain't getting
changed?
that money. Let's be
has
honest.
shit
cut him
ever
out.
really changed?
It hasn't. The game is still the game.
But the
Tell me I'm lying.
But the internet makes it easier to make yourself feel
Right.
better about what you're doing because people like it.
It's stripping without actually having physical contact. Tell me I'm
It's
lying.
not even stripping.
It is.
It's not even
I
stripping.
mean, I'm telling you, like,
It's stripping.
all-
It's
that's
simulating
not
sex
all of it though.
without
I mean,
actually touching somebody.
all of them ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Time out, dog. Time out, dog. Tell me somebody that's successful that's not actually showing their buttocks.
Oh, there's
boobs.
plenty of them.
Did you say?
Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
Nigga.
Yes, I said buttocks.
Did you say
Sure.
buttocks, bro?
I'm trying to be radio correct. But at the end of the day,
No.
tell me somebody that ain't showing
Yeah,
their
we're not on the
butt,
radio, so it's all
ain't
good.
showing ain't showing their ass, ain't showing their tits, ain't showing something that's sexually oriented.
And they're not
If
winning.
you're not showing me something that's
They're not-
sexually oriented,
they're not winning.
tell me who's getting
It's-
followers
it's
without that.
a bunch of them, man. It's a bunch of them that's out here now. Yes,
Name me one.
Mike,
I
Name me
I'm
one.
not out here to promote them.
You
Mike,
ask,
I'm just
you
saying.
putting people on the spot, but
Yeah, I'm not out here to
yeah, yeah.
promote things.
These
What they-
these
There's a
artists
lot
don't
of
have
them out here
followers
that's
like
legit.
that, though.
All I'm
You
saying
ain't
is,
talking about
all I'm
15,000
saying
followers.
is, if I do squats,
You show titties and ass.
if I do squats,
Motherfuckers got 15,000
okay,
followers.
I'm a workout. I'm a workout connoisseur.
hey,
I'm
Eric.
doing squats,
E,
and the camera.
Stop it.
The camera.
Stop it. You're doing too much.
Okay.
Oh, no,
I'm
you're
doing
doing
too
too
much
much
right
right
now.
now.
Let me finish my statement. Let me finish my statement.
No, you can't.
Let me finish my
No,
statement.
you can't do your squats.
If I'm doing squats and I'm a female,
Me neither.
and the camera is focused on my buttocks. If the camera's focused on my buttocks, not what's happening with my form. That's what they gonna say. They gonna say, no, he was looking at my form. No, he was looking at your
You will
ass,
have
baby.
the ones that had a picture.
The reason why
and
I
they'll be
pushed
like,
follow is
I got my
because I
nails
was looking
done
at your
today, and you can't
ass.
see their nails.
You can say ass.
Yeah, you can.
Ass.
Hey,
Okay,
listen,
I'm done.
you can say whatever the hell you want to say.
Hey, listen, do me a favor.
Hey, listen, no,
When
you
I'm
do
talking
see the
about what
ones.
you finna squat.
Hey, nah, we
and
don't want to
gonna
see you
follow
squat.
you, nigga. Nah, like,
Hey,
nigga, you get
Okay,
no followers,
I'm just
bro.
talking. I'm
You
talking
do see
about
the
the chicks
ones
we talking
where they
about
had a
though.
shot and they'll be like in a bikini. And
Okay,
then they'll be like,
how
I
about
got
this?
my nails done today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like,
Tell me
I don't
this.
even see it
Tell
now.
me this.
talking
Tell me
about
this.
your nails,
though.
man.
Tell me this. Name me one of the chicks that we talking about that you haven't seen an ass
No, I
focused
can't.
shot
I like ass.
or a boob
And
focused
titties.
shot.
Nigga, listen, I like
And they
ass
still
and
got that many
fucking titties.
followers. Tell me
I like
that.
ass and titties.
Tell me that.
Listen, I'm not finna.
You can't tell us that.
No,
can
no,
we?
no, no.
It's some,
I actually can
Yeah,
name
it's
some, but
some,
I'm
it's
not.
some.
Getting, I'm,
No, I
ain't trying
No,
to
I
promote
can't.
stuff.
Name me one.
I can.
No, I can't.
Name them then.
There's a lady that does yoga, and she
It's
does
a bunch
bit.
of them.
Time out, though,
I
dude.
got
Time
it,
out.
Yeah.
Time out.
She dope,
Hey,
too.
okay,
and the
I'm
shots-
gonna throw this out there.
and
I'm
the
gonna throw
shots
this out
are
there.
not-
I'm gonna throw this out there.
And the shots are not based
Dudes
on
are
what you're talking
perverted.
about.
Dudes, man, everything.
Yeah, but she's
everything
still doing
in yoga,
yoga, though. You know what I'm saying?
everything in yoga
The positions
shows
are,
your buttocks.
the positions
Yeah,
may
but
be
it's
sexual.
yoga.
Everything
But
in
it's
yoga
what you want her
is
to do.
sexual.
You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying
listen,
is,
man.
name me a chick that has done it without being somewhat sexual in
Hey,
everything.
hold on.
I don't think they being sexual.
Hold on,
Not
hold
all
on.
of
Back
them.
up, back up.
Okay, I mean that's
The one he's talking
that's
about.
how
The one
that's
she's
how they
talking
wash
about,
their
she very-
conscience.
she very
Back
That's
up.
how they wash their
professional, you know what I'm
conscience.
saying?
Tell me that.
So they,
Back
Tell
up
me I'm
real
lying.
quick.
they wash their conscience.
That's how they wash their conscience. No,
I like this
I'm
point of view,
not.
though.
I'm not
That's
showing
how
my
they wash
buttocks
their
like that other girl. I'm not showing my buttocks like that other girl. But at the same time,
No.
showing their
I
buttocks.
feel what y'all saying,
Listen,
but y'all gotta feel what I'm
I'ma
saying.
tell you.
though.
Hold on,
Some
go
of them
ahead, Mike.
legit.
Go ahead, Mike.
Go ahead.
Some of them are legit. Like I know exactly.
Who?
I know
Hold on,
exactly
let
the
me-
one
let
that
me
he's
go ahead and
talking
get that
about. That's doing all the yoga stuff, and it's not really. And
And it
if you
doesn't
go-
feature their butt.
No, but here's my thing. You could tell. I see. There's other ones that's doing yoga and they ain't.
They ain't even really good.
I'm
at
saying
it.
it's definitely.
They're not even
And I'm
really
saying,
good.
I'm just saying.
And I follow them.
Yeah, I follow him too.
And I follow
You know what
them.
I'm saying? I
Because
follow
once
them,
again, fuck everything else. When I go on Instagram,
Yeah.
I don't want to see shit else but titties and fucking ass. That's what the fuck I want to see on
That's what you want to
Instagram.
see on Instagram.
That's all, nigga. Listen, I don't give a fuck about shit else on Instagram.
That's what dudes
I like
want to
titties
see
and
on
ass.
Instagram. Let's be
Exactly.
honest about it.
Hey, is Tubby in here?
Let's be honest
Is
about
that
it.
what's Tubby?
If you ain't putting those
Tubby.
straight quotes, they want to see tits and ass.
So y'all know the
Tits
the
and
studio
ass.
is lit. This is
The fuck I like.
Instagram is the devil.
Facebook is the devil.
Hey,
Instagram is
all of
the
it is
green
the devil.
grass.
The internet
Yeah.
is a devil.
Instagram the green grass.
But I'm gonna tell you what, Pippin ain't dead.
Yeah.
Pippin ain't
And
dead.
that grass is green.
It
Oh,
just-
just moved to the internet, bro.
Pipper they did. It just moved to the web.
Moved to the internet, bro.
Look.
You just got to change your game up
No, you don't.
to
You really don't
evolve
have
with
to.
the game.
Nigga, stop.
Kinda.
Hey,
Nigga,
hey, but
stop
you know,
it,
you
bro.
could listen. You could build a lot
Stop
of
it,
different
bro.
things on Instagram. One of the things that
Stop
you
it,
see,
bro.
one of the things you see people doing is people putting their music and stuff out there on Instagram.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
You know, we kind of like to, or we want to try to highlight some of that. So,
And let me tell you what, as far as with the music, we have an artist, a local artist here from our area, from right here in Toledo, Ohio. His name is I Am Goldfinger. I am Goldfinger.
yeah. I am.
Hey, dog. Hey.
Goldfinger.
Live
Hold on,
hand
hold
clap.
on.
Live
My
hand
bad.
clap.
My bad.
Live
They
hand
put
clap.
this finger
Live
in.
hand
Did he put
clap.
that in the gold?
And it goes.
yeah.
Now-
Pick up the gold bar
Hey,
swag.
Yeah.
tell me who you been dealing with, Pimpin', because I want to holler at her too.
All right,
Goldfinger, nigga.
now check this out. Now,
Yes, sir.
the album is called Got Gold.
Got gold.
It's a Sony release. It has 11 tracks on it right now. The single that's hot and
Oh,
popping.
hold on, Bees, hold on. This is something we gonna do every week or every show.
Absolutely.
Okay, just yeah.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
we gotta come up with something we gonna call this.
Don't worry.
yeah.
Who's
I got that. I got that all together.
Yeah.
Look, and you're listening to the song "Listen" right now as we're talking about the album "Got Gold" by I Am Goldfinger.
I am Goldfinger. I try to told him, but they won't listen to me. They won't listen to me. They won't listen to me. Cause when you broke, ain't nobody trying to pay attention. Until I ran my bag up, now they listen to me. And now they listen to me, all wanna listen to me. And then I ran my bag up.
The song is released, 11 tracks, fight time music. I'm telling you, the young man has an album out here that is fire. I'm telling you, it's something that you want to definitely check out. Now, you can check out Got Gold by I Am
make sure
Goldfinger
I was on
on all the streaming services. You can check them out on Tidal. You can check them out on iTunes. You can check them out on Spotify.
Yeah.
You can check it out all over. And you know what? Go to the websites.
No doubt.
Check it, find him out there. It's IamGoldfinger.com.
Gold bar swag on Instagram.
Gold bar
Gold bar
swag
Hey,
on
listen,
Yeah,
I'll
check
say
him out.
I'll say one thing about this. Listen, man, it's a lot of music out here. I listened to the whole record, man. It's nice, man. It's got a little you know what some of what we missing right now in music. He's talking about some things.
Right.
I like it in particular, not just because I know the young.
He
brother.
might have some lyrics.
I know the king, but he got some lyrics. He's
shit.
definitely talking about
talking
things
about
that
Kodak
are going
Black,
on
nigga.
in society right now. So check
We ain't
that
talking
out.
about Kodak
Check that
Black,
out. Check
nigga.
that out.
Hey, look, we're definitely gonna make sure we want y'all to go ahead and check out "Got Gold" by I Am Goldfinger. 11 tracks.
Got Gold.
The track
Absolutely.
that you're
Check him
listening
out.
to right now
Check him out.
is "Listen." You know
He done
what?
stuck
And
his
it's
finger in some
and
shit.
it's a fire track. So
It's definitely about
do
y'all
enjoy
not
it.
listening.
Do enjoy it. Now,
Is it a hip hop
now,
album? R&B? What we talking?
it's definitely a hip hop album.
Hip-hop.
Okay.
It's definitely a hip hop album. Now, Joey, you were saying something about Kodak Black.
I was.
What?
I'm so mad. Listen, man, I be so mad.
I don't know what that mask wearing.
I be so mad at the kids nowadays because the nigga listen. My nigga said Kodak Black, nigga, they didn't free Kodak Black 14 times, bro. And Kodak Black.
At some point.
And Kodak
At some
Black.
point.
And Kodak Black back in jail, bro. Like,
At
nigga,
some point.
we can't listen. We just can't keep rallying for this nigga, bro.
All right, you know what we're gonna say
We
about
can't
Kodak
keep
Black?
rallying, bro.
Well, what we're gonna say about Kodak Black, and we're gonna move on. He got a boyfriend in jail. That's why he continues to go back.
He going back home.
He
Like,
going
hi,
back home.
baby, I'm back.
Exactly. So we're gonna get into a couple
yourself together,
of
Kodak.
bullet points, and then we're gonna get into who we think is the Dan of the week.
yourself together.
Dan of the week.
Sade turned 59 years old.
59.
Man, 59. You got
Bitch 60, bro.
Man.
The bitch 60, bro.
You gotta love that.
Hey, go
Bitch,
check out
absolutely.
Go check out our
Absolutely.
women's line. All right,
I
we're
don't
gonna
know
have
if they heard
an
it.
icon line where we got a Sade
60, bro.
Sade and do shirt. Check it out.
Check it out.
60,
Check
bro.
out the Sade shit. Now, another quick bullet point real fast. You know, there is a lady by the name, her real name is Stephanie Clifford. She has an AKA of Peggy Peterson, but anybody that's ever watched Vivid Video knows her as Stormy Daniels. She fucked the
Stormy
president,
Daniels.
got $130,000 out of it. You know,
130?
yeah, that's it. Just to be quiet. Now, as far as I'm concerned,
No.
this would have been an impeachable
You wouldn't do it,
offense
bro?
for anybody else.
You wouldn't do
but
it?
you know what?
Nigga, for the
You-
president,
if-
bro,
if- hold on.
130,000.
Let me finish.
If Stormy Daniels came in here and somebody was gonna give me $130,000 or 130 cents, I hit. It's all good. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
business.
I ain't
It's
got-
business.
It's business. You know what I'm
mean,
saying?
listen,
So,
man,
but
listen.
if that's an impeachable offense for any other president throughout history
Yes.
except this guy that we
Absolutely.
got,
Absolutely.
Why is it?
No,
because we've lowered the bar so low
This-
for this guy.
this guy's
I'm
untouchable, bro.
gonna say
this guy's untouchable,
I'm
bro.
gonna be on the other side.
This guy's untouchable.
Why is
I,
he
was,
untouchable?
I wasn't mad about
'Cause he's
Bill
a
because it has
racist,
nothing to
bro.
do with you doing your
'Cause
job,
he's
and
a
I ain't mad
racist,
about
bro.
this. I've got so much
'Cause
other
he's
stuff
a
to be mad
fucking
about with this guy that I
racist,
don't
bro.
give a shit about this Stormy Daniels.
Like I'm saying,
This guy's untouchable.
it doesn't
He's a
matter
racist,
as far
bro.
as job performance, but
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what?
Got shit to do with it.
This sort of behavior would have been impeachable
No.
throughout the history
No.
of the
Say something?
country,
Nah.
except for this.
No,
this,
not
this
for good.
person. Now,
Listen,
go
listen,
ahead. Go ahead.
Can I say
Listen,
something?
listen. You
This
remember
is
the
what I
theme
gotta
song?
say.
Listen, I love Dukes of Hazzard.
Just some good old boys.
Some good old boys.
Just never mean
Never
to no
mean to no
harm.
harm.
Meaning no harm.
They been hard. They been
In
hard.
trouble with the
Law
law.
since the day they were born. All right,
I'm telling
Now,
you, dog.
all right.
It's crazy as
we are
fuck, man.
we are transitioning
Yeah,
in
we got
to
7 minutes.
one of our finest points of our podcast.
Yes.
The Roundtable Podcast, brought to you by the 3 Kings and 3 Kings Clothing. This is what we affectionately call the Dan of the week.
Next on that
Dan
side.
of the
Dan
week.
of the week.
Who is next on that Summer Jam screen? Mike, do you have anybody that you want to nominate?
Yeah, man.
Go right ahead.
I want to nominate Harley Barber.
Harley Barber.
Yeah.
Harley Barber.
Oh,
Fuck,
girl,
you know what's
oh,
funny?
girl that was
Do tell.
on,
Yes.
oh, girl that was going on
the
the
Martin Luther
rampage.
King
On,
shit
I don't
about the
care if it's
niggas
Martin
and
Luther
shit.
King.
Oh, my God.
Talking about
Yes.
Talking
I'm
about
calling
She
her-
is
she's my
literally.
name.
talking about the
Literally.
young lady from the
Right.
University of Alabama
Yeah.
who went on the
Yes.
rap. Yeah, yeah.
This bitch got put out of school.
Yeah, because she
For
was
this retarded
And
shit
then
she was talking
so
about.
after her cab ride where she was real flagrant, she gets back home and films another video like, I don't give a shit.
Right.
Like,
Hey,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
man.
tell y'all.
Fuck
pissed.
niggers.
Which
right?
I
You know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
because if you really that way, be that way.
Keep it real.
be that
Keep
way
it
out
real,
there.
bitch.
Be
Just
100.
be a bitch.
Hey,
Just be a bitch.
be 100.
Joy, do you have a Dan of the week that
She
that
was gonna play
you
You know
wanna
what?
share?
She was my dad too, bro.
All right, all
She
right,
was my
all right,
dad too,
all right.
bro. Like that shit was retarded as fuck.
All right. I got 2 Dans, and then we're gonna be out of here. My first Dan is a local Dan. It's a local Dan. It's the Democratic Party Central Committee of Lucas County.
What?
How in the entire fuck do you nominate a person who can't get bonded for the treasurer position? I think the whole Central Committee needs an enema. All right, and the second doggone Dan of the week is a national Dan. It's 45. It's his it's his lawyer, Michael Cohen. In this whole doggone situation with the porn star, this lawyer is so damn stupid. He couldn't set up a doggone paper trail that he couldn't be found for giving the money. You're an idiot. You must have been last in your law school class because
Last.
I could have found the paper trail. All you got to do
Found
is
it.
go to Delaware and check out Essential Consultants LLC, you dumb fuck, and just go look who's in charge of the money, and you put your own name on it. You put your own name on it, you dumb.
Your own
You could have put my
name.
name on it. You could have put anybody's name on it. You put your own name on it. So you know what, sir? Michael Cohen, Lindsey Webb, and what's that doggone bitch from Atlanta, from Alabama?
Harley Barber.
Harley Barber. All y'all are the dumbass niggas of the week. And with that, this is the Roundtable Podcast, brought to you by 3Kings Clothing and the 3 Kings. Eric, we definitely thank you for coming out.
Thanks for
Definitely
coming out with us,
appreciate
E.
it. And
Appreciate that.
go ahead and run that in, run it back. We out of here.
Yeah, 360 degrees of perfect steez. Roundtable Podcast live with the 3 Kings. We knocking your airways, make you listen every day. Hottest interviews and beats. Tune in, hear what
Take a
say.
seat at the round table right here with the 3 Kings. All the entertainment, news, and knowledge that you need. Giving it to you real, cause that's the way that we breathe. Full circle, 360 degrees.
Roundtable Podcast. Yo, Roundtable Podcast. Roundtable Podcast. Roundtable Podcast. Yo, Roundtable Podcast. Roundtable Podcast.